I've been making content for about 5 years, and this entire time, I don't think I've ever written a script for a video, unless it's a brand deal. That's a little different. But I think art, just like how you're expressing yourself in the most authentic self, you also want to do that through your art. So today we're going to go through a couple different paintings, and I'm just going to go through my thought process, and we're going to have some fun. Once upon a time, I did actually take time pretty much every day to map out what painting I would do and really work on details. And now at this point, I just kind of say what's on my mind. I'll be honest, there are times where it's repetitive, but what I've found is that no matter what happens with art content, you're going to get haters. That's just, especially with abstract art, that's kind of part of the course, right? And so what I like to say is, might as well lean into it. If you think a painting is gonna fail, or if you've already recorded it and it did fail, what's stopping you from just posting that painting? Yes, there is something to be said about like keeping a professional image, but at the end of the day, eyeballs are eyeballs. So might as well get what you can, get your pound of flesh from your mess ups. Because I found that my biggest videos are when I've failed, when I've messed something up, is when I create the most beautiful pieces or create the most viral videos. And so hopefully I can transfer that over to you guys, and you'll be able to make some paintings that go viral or whatever else. Of course not everything's guaranteed, but one of my biggest paintings is me just spilling one of my contraptions everywhere. They sent me about $500 in paint, and I said, how do I use this in 30 seconds? And then figured out a contraption. I honestly, a lot of the times when I have something that messes up, I've kind of made it that way on purpose. Like there was one time where I had a tripod or like a string tied to a flat surface. And normally you're supposed to tie it in 3 different spots, right? That's kind of the standard because that would allow you to make sure it doesn't tip over. But I only tied it in 2, knowing that most likely if it wasn't balanced, I would have a giant mess on my hands. And that painting has probably 150 million views. So there's something to be said about just being your authentic self and not scripting things, maybe planning out a little bit beforehand, but then just kind of going with it. Like right now, I've probably given better advice than I could do writing a script and spend hours on it. Maybe not, maybe it could be more concise, but it gave me plenty of time to paint the background of my next piece. I think a great example of being my authentic self in this painting is, if you can see on that end, you can see the previous painting. It's not perfectly covered with paint. And that's kind of by design, but also an accident. And no matter what, if this painting wasn't as beautiful as it probably is going to be, I still would post it. I think that says a lot about my style of art and what you guys should be doing. I think the more you can be authentic in your videos, the more you can create paintings that you're proud of, the better. So the only way you can do that is by not scripting it. Especially like, let's say you're taking a bunch of clips of your video, maybe not actually doing a conventional like paint as you go because your technique is slower. Doing a voiceover, I highly recommend not practicing. Just hit record and see what happens. Maybe you might have to edit it a little bit, maybe you won't, and that's okay. I'm just stepping on stuff over here. Like I could definitely take this, since you can't see me, I could edit this voiceover however I want, and you guys would never know. And that's another thing, is if you are self-conscious about it, don't put yourself in it to start. Just put your voice, or don't put anything and just put the video. If that's your authentic self right now, that's all you can do. Gain the confidence later to be able to do that and take your time. I would always say jump into it head first, but I know that not everybody can do that, and that's fine. So that's my first soapbox. I've got some other things I want to talk about, but this painting is wrapping up here in just a second, and we're going to grab it and move on with our lives. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There it is. Got it. Hello. This is another example of me just kind of playing and being my authentic self. I don't know what's going to happen when I paint over this, but we're about to find out. And no matter what happens, I'm going to paint with it. And so yeah, we're getting like a pinkish gray color. What I'm gonna do now is I wanna show you what preparing for a painting that you know is gonna be something like a fail is gonna look like. So I'm gonna tell you ahead of time, and I'm not gonna say it in the video, we'll talk about it afterwards, but I'm gonna talk about what I planned on doing and how it ended up with whatever we ended up doing. I know that makes no sense now, but you'll see what I mean. And so setting up something like that, either positive or negative, is gonna work in your favor in the long run. So because if you get that negative painting, that mess up, people are gonna be all up in arms, but then people that actually there's gonna be a group of people that actually like it. And so with those people, you'll be able to sell your other paintings that aren't fails. And maybe they don't do as well view-wise, but those people will resonate with them, and those are the people that are gonna stick with you. The thing I always say is to have a successful art career, you don't need to have 100 different paintings or like sell 1,000 paintings. You need 10 or 20, maybe 30 or 40 people that like your art and are willing to invest in the future of it. And so they want to purchase multiple times. And those are the kind of people that are gonna watch your positive videos, and maybe they only found you because of that video where you failed. So content is content, and I'm gonna stop talking because I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over once I finish this. But there's my soapbox. This entire thing is my soapbox because it's my video. You can always click off. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I always forget to say that. My manager told me to. And it just, I don't know, even for me, it's kind of scary. So I don't like asking people to do stuff. I like just doing it myself. But in this case, it's something simple, it's free, and it helps my career, and it makes me happy. So, okay, this is pre-video, but I've got really thick paint in here, so it might not come out at all. And if that doesn't happen, then we're gonna do something else where I'm basically going to pretend to drop the canvas and keep it going. It may look really unnatural, but that'll do well too. Here we go. Okay, yikes. It's super drippy. It is not what I had hoped. I was expecting a nice flow, and now we don't have that. I'm not mad at it per se, but I'm not happy with it. Maybe there's just a clog. Maybe I did this on purpose. You never know. And probably it's going to not go viral because of it, but I had fun posting it. And that's what matters. Okay, this will be a quick painting. Because the lines are really thin, I don't want it to go too crazy. And these drips, honestly, like it looks like if Venom was on a pink background, like the superhero Venom, or not, why did I say hero? Jeez. Super villain Venom. But I guess what I could do, let me get this chunk off there, is I could just let this roll for a lot longer than normal. I think because it's drippy, because we got these thin lines, we're gonna be able to get away with a lot more and it be messy and that be okay. Not a great start, but if all goes well, this should end up being decent. And then I'll be able to paint over it and do a third painting. I don't know, I was trying to go for something cool. I was trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna fabricate messing up the painting, but it ended up being pretty cool. And this is, again, the authentic self. I could definitely not say that, and that would be fine, but I'm gonna say it. and you guys get exactly what's going on in my noggin. In a perfect world, I would have grabbed it right there. But if my calculations are correct, I'm kidding, this should come into an oval shape the other way. This would be the part of the video where I'd speed it up, or maybe I've already cut it by now. I just cut it right at the minute mark, and we just never see this part of the painting. And that's fine too. Alright. It'll either become an ellipse the other way, or it's just going to become like a tight diagonal, depending on how much paint comes out. I think it's going to be a tight kind of sphere, not a sphere, like an oblong kind of shape to it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Nice. This turned out better than I thought it would. If you've made it this far in the video, you've probably realized that I chickened out and I didn't end up doing what I said I would do, where I kind of fabricated a viral video with a fail. I started the painting and I really started to like it, and so my first plan went straight out the window. And that's fine too. I would rather be my authentic self the entire time and change it up than worry about the details. Like I said, when I planned something, it didn't work out, but when I just went with the flow of it, it worked out completely. All right. We're gonna do one last painting. I don't really have anything else to say about this, so we're just gonna have some fun, and then I'll release you to watch other YouTube videos. Oh my goodness. So let me wrap this up, and then we'll get going from there. Interesting. So the difference that I did here is I actually punched 3 holes into the bucket. There we go. Now you can see the little stripe right there. Maybe not. Yeah. See this stripe? Now it's split up. Okay. That's what I was hoping for. 2 of the holes I guess must have combined, but I took my punch tool and I went boop, and now we've got a split that should add like a really nice 3D effect to it. It didn't start out very unique, and honestly it's not going to be anything like revolutionary, but it's just a fun thing to try. It's actually like, I made it look like a little emoji, like the emoji where there's like, oh, with his mouth open in like a circle shape. That's what I was going for, and now we're doing something, I guess. So, go over here, kick that water bottle out of the way since it's noisy as heck, and wrap this bad boy up. I want this done in 30 seconds. Maybe way less. Who knows? Is this coming together? It adds a lot of messiness when you have these 2 swings going. I do think it adds like an ethereal look to it, but whatever. Alright. Oh, if I let it go, it'll be so pretty. Oh, I regret. Do I regret not letting it go? I don't know. Okay. It's gonna come in. Trust the process here. Trust me. It's finally consistent. The bucket stops spinning, so we get that stripe every single time. And it'll make something beautiful in just a moment, probably in 30 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7. I already said 30 seconds, so I have to go now. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and this is a good time to stop. 1, gotta cover all the holes. Alright, bye! Hello friends, I'm very close to the camera with the wide angle I hope you enjoyed this video. I kind of just rambled after a while, but for the most part it was fun, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.